Continuing the industry's aim to port all last-gen games to current-gen consoles, this time sees the unfairly ignored Bulletstorm getting another chance in the spotlight. Originally released all the way back in 2011, Bulletstorm will probably be most remembered for its crass humour and over-the-top macho leads, but it's actually one of the most unique and fun shooters of the last generation. But is it still as fun today as it was all those years ago? Let's find out. The plot of the game sees your character, Grayson Hunt, a man with muscles the size of houses, and a mouth like a 12-year-old playing Call of Duty, being duped into becoming an assassin. He decides to go after the general who caused all this trouble, only to blow his and the general's ship up and end up stranded on a planet full of crazed maniacs and monsters. So the main goal of the game is to get off this planet and kill this general. The story is serviceable enough, but you probably won't care as the script seems to be written by a kid who's heard the word dick or fuck for the first time. As the script is littered with jokes about dicks and boners, it's daft and some people will probably be put off by it, but by the time the credits roll, you'll be so used to the humour that you may have a chuckle yourself. Anyway, you don't play Bulletstorm for the story, you play it for the gameplay, and the levels in the game pretty much play out all the same. You go through pretty linear levels which don't really have much room for exploration, and shoot loads of stuff. It's that simple. The game does spice things up a couple of times with new mechanics, like in an early level you control a massive robot dinosaur, which is fun, but for these few instances it's running and gunning all the way. So it's a good thing that the shooting is very enjoyable. At first the shooting does feel kind of so-so, as there isn't a jump button, so that's a bit weird to get used to. But the game seems serviceable enough until you get the energy leash around half an hour through the game and the real fun begins. The energy leash is a whip-like thing that allows you to grab hold of an enemy from any distance and fling them towards you in slow motion so you can kill them before they hit the ground. But killing enemies like that is boring, and the game encourages you to get inventive with your murderous rampage. For example, try kicking an enemy into a cactus or shooting them in the dick. These kills are called skill shots, and these are mini-like achievements that reward you with more points. The game gives you a hint on how to perform these, but it's up to you to perform them yourself, as there's over 100 gruesome ways to dispatch your foes, and it does become quite an addiction to try and get them all. It becomes an addiction because every kill you get, you earn points. For normal kills with guns you get very little points, so you have to take risks to get more points, as you can spend your hard-earned points on ammo, new upgrades for your weapons, so it's worth getting creative and making your own destruction. Guns in the game vary from your typical pistol and assault rifle to more interesting guns like a sniper rifle where you have to steer the bullet yourself, to a launcher that shoots bouncing balls of explosives. There's a nice mix of guns here and plenty of fun experimentation to be had. Bulletstorm isn't a very long game and you'll probably reach its conclusion in around 6 to 8 hours or so, but at least there's a fair bit of extra content to play. Whilst there isn't no co-op for the campaign mode, there is a score attack mode called Echoes, which goes back to the levels of the campaign and sees if you can get a high enough score. There is also a 4-player co-op mode called Anarchy, which is basically like Gears of War Horde mode. It's certainly worth giving a go if you've exhausted the campaign, as there's plenty of fun to be had here. This remaster also includes some extra content to try and get older players to buy it again. There are some new maps for Echoes and a harder difficulty mode. There's also a new mode that allows you to play with all the weapons unlocked from the start of the game. The game's most heavily advertised new feature is Duke Nukem's Bulletstorm Tour. This is supposed to be a pre-order bonus, but I got it anyway, and basically the mode kicks Grayson Hunt out of the leading chair and puts the Duke in. It's decent enough, and they even got the Duke's voice actor John St. John to voice new lines for the game, which is a nice touch, even if it makes the script even more cheesy and distasteful than ever before. As this is a remaster, it shouldn't come as no surprise that the game's graphics have seen an upgrade. Now at 1080p at 60 FPS, the game really looks impressive, and some of the game's vistas really stand out with the extra resolution. It's just a shame that I've encountered some glitches and technical hiccups along the way, like the game pausing for a split second and enemies getting stuck in between walls, but it's occasional problems that shouldn't bother you too much. What may bother you, however, is the pricing of the game. Gearbox Software is asking full retail price for this game, which is very off-putting for a remaster of a 6-year-old game that didn't do very well in the first place. Anyway, conclusion time now, and time has been kind to Bulletstorm. Its script and characters may still be juvenile and the humour may still be an acquired taste, but the shooting is still as fun and enjoyable as ever, and it still baffles me why nobody has tried to copy the skill shot mechanic yet. Its price may be too high, but once it hits the bargain bin, there's no denying Bulletstorm is one hell of a ride that's worth taking. I give Bulletstorm Full Clip Edition an 8 out of 10 with a title of great. Thank you for watching my review, like, rate and subscribe, and until next time, happy gaming. Bye!